live. Bonjour ou bonsoir, où que vous soyez sur la planète. Bienvenue sur la chaîne YouTube The French Formula. Welcome to the French Formula channel. Bienvenido. J'espère que vous allez très bien. Aujourd'hui, c'est le jour 4. Le jour 4. If you're just joining, you'll think that what is she talking about? Day 4. Well, because I have started a challenge 4 days ago to show up every day for the month of October to teach you a lesson, a French lesson, every day for the month of October. So it's kind of a challenge for me because I have to show up every day, and it's a challenge for you to participate and learn something new, hopefully every day. Alors, aujourd'hui, nous sommes jeudi 6 octobre. Jeudi 6 octobre. Aujourd'hui, notre sujet, c'est les adverbes. The adverbs. Adverbios. Okay? Before jumping into the topic, I have few things to tell you. Premièrement, first, if you want to leave a comment, you have to create a YouTube account. For that, very simple. Use your Gmail account to be able to connect with me. So like that, I will be able to hear your comment here. Sorry, not here. Read, lire les commentaires en direct et répondre à vos questions, answer your question. Mais aussi, vous pouvez laisser un commentaire si vous regardez la vidéo en replay. So if you watch it replay, you can also leave a comment and I will be super happy to read it and answer if there is any question that I can cover. Donc ça, c'est la première chose. Deuxième chose, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, like that you will receive a notification every time I go live. So since for the month of October, I will go live every day. You don't want to miss it out. And the thing is, I'm gonna kind of switch time because I'm on the time zone, the Eastern time zone, New York, Miami. But so I'm trying to do evening time and afternoon time and maybe also some morning time to kind of fit everybody's schedule. Voilà. Troisième chose, if you like this video at the end, or even right now, if you already like it, press the like button. It helps also to push this video and to allow other people to discover it. So helping other French learners like you to discover this type of content. Very useful for them and for me. Aujourd'hui, on va parler des adverbes. Pourquoi les adverbes? Why are we talking about adverbs? Because they help you enrich your conversation in French. You can say a lot of stuff without, but if you use them, then it becomes way more interesting when you start making sentences. And of course, you want to understand them. Okay, so les adverbes. Okay, let me switch to this. No, yes. There you go. Nous sommes donc jeudi 6 octobre, comme je vous l'ai dit, la date en français. So the date in French is a little bit different than English, more similar to Spanish. El 6 de octubre. If you're Spanish, don't put the de between the number and the month. This is a common mistake when you speak Spanish. Now you know, don't do it. Les adverbes. À quoi ça sert un adverbe? Donc, comme je vous le disais, as I said, ça enrichit votre conversation, ça enrichit votre français parce que ça ajoute une information au verbe, principalement au verbe, but not only, pas que. Let me show you something. Regarde bien le mot adverbe. Verbe and add. We are adding something to the verb, and what it is? Une information. Okay, not all of them will be adding an information to the verb, but that's the most important thing to know about adverb. Okay, I'll go more in detail so far. Remember, if you have any question, use the chat below. I will answer your question live. I am here for that. Okay. Donc les adverbes. So I give you an information on how we do something. In French, we say comment. Oops. Comment is how. So how we do this action, right? Remember, your verb is what gives you the main action in a sentence. So here is je cours, I run. Je regarde, I watch. How do I do those actions? Here, I'm adding the adverbs. Lentement, slowly. Attentivement, carefully. Okay? So it's how I watch and how I run. So you see, I'm adding an information to the verb, to the action in my sentence. Okay? That's for the most common adverb. Like I said, we're going to see more of them after. Adverb, very important thing when you worry about the spelling, ils sont invariables. Invariable, ça veut dire quoi? Qu'il s'écrit toujours pareil. There is no gender, there is no singular, plural. Don't worry, okay? So for example, if I say toujours, actually toujours is one of the adverbs. Look at this. Toujours avec un S. Le mot toujours s'écrit toujours avec un S, ok? Donc l'adverbe, qu'est-ce qu'il complète? Il peut le compléter donc un verbe, like the previous example that we have seen. Il peut compléter un adjectif, comme par exemple agréable, pleasant, very pleasant, très agréable. Ça, c'est un adverbe. Et il peut aussi compléter un autre adverbe, ok? Par exemple, rapidement, fast, trop rapidement, too fast. Donc là, nous avons deux adverbes. Trop devient le complément de rapidement. Il donne une autre information. Well, we have another information about how the thing is done, the action. OK? Mais il y a plein d'autres adverbes. Là, on va se focaliser sur les adverbes de manière. Donc, comme je vous le disais, how we do things, comment, and how we are going to build them. It's not too complicated. On va les construire sur la base d'un adjectif. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Well, you have to know your adjective at the feminine form. Look, observe carefully. Certaines, you will just add un ment. Joyeuse, joyeusement. Attentive, attentivement. Discrète, discrètement. This is for a very regular adverb of manière. Do you know any other adverbs that look similar, that finish with ment? Have you heard any before? Have you read any before? Put them in the comment below. Even if you watch this lesson in replay, I would like to see how rich is your vocabulary. Okay? Then we have some exception. Okay, so when the adjective, actually the feminine adjective will finish with a E at the end, like poli, polite. We don't want to use that because we don't want to do poliment. So in this case, we are going to use the masculine form of the adjective. For example, poliment, vraiment, joliment. And then we have the trickiest one. Nous avons les adjectifs qui finissent en ant ou ent. Par exemple, suffisant et patient. So here, instead of having the regular ment ending, we will have ammint and emment. Exemple, suffisamment. Oh, look, I made a mistake here. That happened. Even French teacher makes mistake when they write too fast. I guess I wrote my little notes too fast before the class. So, suffisamment, you see how I'm adding here. I have removed the A and C, and I come and stick this A-M-M-E-N-T, A-M-M-E-N-T. Same thing when it finishes in E-N-T, I remove this part, and I come and I bring this one. This one, there is a little thing to pay attention to. la prononciation. On ne va pas dire patiemment, on va dire patiemment, patiemment. It's the same thing that happened in the word femme. You probably know this word because it's a basic one. You probably seen as a beginner. Femme, we don't say femme, we say femme. So E-M-M, we change the sound with the sound A. Femme, and then here we have patiemment. Did you know this rule? Did you know this pronunciation rule? By the way, if you are all about pronunciation, the week 4 or 3, 4 is about pronunciation. I will break down the pronunciation for you. I will give you the main sound that usually cause some challenges for French learners. So stick around, focus on the week 4 if you want to improve your pronunciation. Again, the schedule of the different classes is available on Instagram and also email that I sent you. So if you're not following me yet on Instagram, I invite you to do it so. Or you can sign up for my newsletter. If you go to the website, thefrenchformula.com, you will see a little box that will appear and you can sign up. You will receive all the information and the update. Or you can watch the day 1 of this challenge if you didn't so far, because I give you the whole schedule for the whole month of October. Again, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. There you go. So now let's change a little bit of the topic of the en, because we are going to look now at adverbs that do not follow that, and they are a different type of adverb, very useful as well. We are talking about les adverbes de temps, time, les adverbes de fréquence, frequency, and les adverbes de quantité, quantity. They are the most common one. There is a ton of adverbs in French, but right now I really want to focus on what is useful for you, okay? Adverbe de temps, placing an action in time, very important. Demain, tomorrow. Aujourd'hui, today. Hier, yesterday. Once again, invariable, always the same spelling. Adverbe de fréquence. So how often, for example, you do something. When you want to talk about your activity, your hobbies, that's a very important one, right? Parfois, sometimes, toujours, always, souvent, often. And then les adverbes de quantité, how much of. For example, when you talk about food, that's also a good one. You will use them. Beaucoup, a lot, trop, too much, assez, enough, or not enough, pas assez, okay? So that are the adverbs, the other categories that are very useful for you. Again, I'm not here to give you a list of vocabulary. You have to search also for the one that are useful for you, but they are the most common one. And for the adverb of manière, on how to do things, you have seen that we often, for most of them, built it from the feminine form of the adjective, and we come and add demain. How to recognize them in your own language and kind of like, okay, let me twist. Even though I don't know yet the French adverbs, the French version, let me try starting from my own language. So I will give you two tips in English and Spanish, because the two languages that I know. Maybe work in other language, put in the comment below. I would love to know. So, for example, in English, when you see lit, you have an adverbs. Then you have an adverb also in French. Rapidly, rapidement. Rapidly. Je voulais faire en français. I did it the French way. Whoa! Rapidly. Rapidly is much better, right? I did it the French way. Slowly, slowly. Doucement, doucement. Et en espagnol, rapidamente. So if you see a rapidamente in Spanish and you want to switch it to French, kind of like, ¿cómo se dice en francés? Rapidamente, you remove the mente, you put a ment, and you have a high chance that it work. It work. So this is what happened. To be honest, I don't know all the word in English and neither in Spanish. Sometimes I just try. I will use the French version that I know, and I will put a li in Spanish, or I will put a mente in Spanish, a li in English, and a mente in Spanish, and I have a high chance that it works. So try this strategy, okay? Language are not so difficult. If you understand how your own language works, you can kind of relate, you can kind of do some parallel for, I'll be honest with you right now, for language that are very different than a Latin language with another alphabet and another way of building words and sentences, I don't know if it works. So I will not speak for this category of languages. For the one that are close to French, you can try. You have high chance that it works. I hope that was useful for you. We are reaching our time. If you have any question, let me know. If you like this short lesson about adverbs, please give me a thumbs up and give me your comments. What would you learn in French? What is difficult for you? What do you have trouble with, and how I can help you? Once again, you can join me via the website. It's below in the description, thefrenchformula.com. This is where you will see all the content that I create for French learner, podcast episode, as well as blog article. And you have on this channel that you are right now, some video that you can already watch about how to introduce yourself, how to talk about activities, and also fake friend. I talked about that yesterday. So if you want to see more in details, go look around in this channel. You will already find some interesting stuff. Je vous souhaite une très bonne fin de journée ou un très bon début de journée. I wish you a pleasant day, whatever is the beginning or the end. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to talk about... What are we talking about tomorrow? Ooh. Be in the blurry. Be in the blurry. So tomorrow is not going to be a lesson about a grammar or a conjugation or vocabulary lesson. It will be more about a mindset. How I want you to see your French language learning. Ooh, I'm gonna love this one. That's my thing. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss tomorrow's live. They should be at 1 p.m. and there should not be any change for this one. All right, à bientôt. Très bonne fin de journée. Bye.